Wow. Good day, everyone, and you're welcome to the Cetra's vlog. Today, we are looking at a very interesting topic, which is absolutely what everyone already is having a clue on. Because in the present world of ours and in the previous worlds, some people have refused to understand that we are no longer in darkness. The eyes of everyone is now well lit, as we all can see who and what is being planned for or against us. We, the African people, we've gone past the stone age, where information are not properly disseminated, and as such, we do not know the game the world around us might be trying to play with us or use us to play against each other. But contrary to their own view, this is 2023, not 1631. The whole world is now very, 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 very a community enshrouded by what? By web. And that is why we call it www dot whatever you plan for us, we know. Hmm. Now, we are already seeing the handwritings on the wall that the people that are supposedly assumed to be our friends are those that are actually been planning behind us some games that have been destroying each and every one of us, setting our head across each other, using the heads of the African people to smash each other while they continue to steal from us. So, what are we looking at today? We are looking at how the West have been shipping war across the continent of Africa. They ship war into Africa, they ship destabilization into Africa while we are busy facing the reality and the negative outcome of war. Some wonderful friends of us, friends in quotes, they are doing what? They are bringing in their flying boats, their ship, to take away our mineral resources while the bloods of humans, not animals, are taken. Wow. I think it's high time all Africans begin to sit back and adjust the way they think, the way they do what they do. And before you go out there to attack your fellow Africans, you need to ask yourself this question: are you okay? Because once you are okay, you'll be able to sit down and use your tongue to count your teeth. That's an adage in Africa. We use our tongue to count our teeth, to understand whether someone is actually setting us against each other, or we are just a bunch of clowns masquerading as people that want to do something. So before I continue, I would just want to introduce you to my most outstanding pepperoni sugarlicious hot baby girl. I remain my humble self, Dio Setro, the most yakable Africanicious African pepperoni husband. Over to you, my beautiful girl.
Yes, you're most welcome to the live stream today. As in, the situation across the continent of Africa is really alarming. You can see that the sound of war is looming if we are negligent of the truth, and if we don't want to tell ourselves the truth, or if we want to close our eyes to the truth. They've done it over and over again, but it's high time we woke up out of that terrible sleep of feeling we are different countries. It's United States of Africa.
Africa.
Just like US is US today, and they are the world power because it's the combination of different countries that are so far apart. Unlike how close we are in Africa, where we share different borders. You see, Mali is very close to what's it called? This country now that is fighting that
Niger.
Niger and all these other countries. I see Nigeria is sharing border with Niger because of the Niger River, and that's why the name is that way. And we are just brothers. I can see,
Hmm.
if I'm standing on our border, I can just see through your own country, and yet they want us to be fighting. If not for these persons that have actually come to give us different names, we are just all from one father and mother. And it's high time we told ourselves the truth. The truth be told that it's United States of Africa. And if it's United States of Africa, then we cannot fight each other. Nigeria cannot stand up against another. And Niger cannot say, I'm going to do this. Whereas we know these people that are playing the card and saying, okay, you are going to stand for me. Olori Pepe Dimai, all Mr. Cetro's clientele.
You
As
know, the beautiful thing
in,
is that even the border does not exist. We are not the
yes.
one that plays the border. The people that want to continue to steal from us, I call them stealth. The people that want to continue to stealth
Stealth.
from us, they are the one that put these borders, calling us names that are not our original names, giving us tags as if we are one of those leather shoes that they've hung in their shops for them to pick up at any time, and making us to see each other as if we are never together or we could never exist together. Between Niger and Nigeria is a trekkable distance into the villages. These are villages that are supposed to coexist in peace and harmony. Yet, because some persons that have been colored with the mindset of seeing themselves as a Western autocratic power, they decided to dismember us and giving us the rhetorics of spell. They spelled us into believing that we are different people. Yet they want us to accept them when they come into our territory to steal from us as the kings and lords that they are not supposed to be. Little wonder, I remember the good book says that, oh, a mystery is revealed, and the poor is ruling over the rich. You can imagine that. Babies becoming kings over the what? Over the adult. And what? The servants are riding on
Awesome.
horses. Wow. Maybe you should check up that write up. It says the servants have seen a wonderful evil on the earth, that the servants are riding on horses. And the
And the
what?
owners.
And the owners, the rich, the affluent people are what? They are trekking the distance. What is happening to us Africans? To even move from one African country to the other, we have allowed our former colonial masters. What is that? Our former colonial thieves
Only
to,
work with
to,
man.
to shroud our mind with the mindset that no, we are better than Ghana. We are better than Botswana. We are better than this. We are different people. Whereas we are just the same human, the same black, beautiful race that are supposed to come together to act as one. And they came in, they divided us because in division lies their power. They have been created with the soap of division. Their father is who? Mi ò fẹ́ sọ orúkọ yẹn ni o. Their father, their father is what we call in Africa Eshu.
He's the liar of honor. Onírọ́ gbogbo onírọ́.
Their father, we call their father in Africa Eshu, the father of all nostalgic lies. He implements strategies and plans to make us to fight one another, and while we are busy fighting one another, they continue to assume power over us as if we are no people. They always gather some Sofrayo leaders,
No rulers.
rulers rather. They always gather some Sofrayo rulers that they have implanted upon us by force or by what we call tulasi.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o.
And when these rulers are in power, they call it demon in craziness, democracy. I don't feel democracy is just one of those things which you just relax and think that we have arrived at. I think Africans should look inward and think about the system of governance that we actually need to liberate our shackled mind from this set of Olenla. The meaning of Olenla is a senior thief because a senior thief that uses pen and gun to script out how you should live your life in your father's house is more than what the devil did in heaven before he was thrown down, according to the good books. So, Africans, if you are seeing this video, non-Africans, if you are seeing this video needs to get to the next African beside you because they need to start working on their mental capacity to be actually sure that they are thinking right because wọ́n máa ń sọ pé téwé bá pẹ́ lára ọṣẹ ó máa ń dọṣẹ. The meaning of that is that when a soap has stayed too long with soap, when a soap has stayed too long with a leaf, the leaf becomes what? Soap. So when an African has become so used to Western colonization, Western ideology that is never to our profit, but a system put in place to delete or to delete from us our culture, our values, our resources, deplete our resources, turn our environment into a shrouded ghost, whereas they now use it to build their own economy. That needs to stop. Because on the platform of economic development lies the fundamental right of every nation to come together and allow resources to actually be the determinant of what? Of value addition. No, that is not what we get in Africa. What we get in Africa is the fact that the former or still continuing colonialists want us to be living our life on the basis of a lie called currency. Currency to you and me in this present world is nothing but a piece of paper that has no value, but it is what has been written on it and is authenticated by the slave master that have captured the whole of Africa and subjected us into what we call a gunpowder monetary value system in which yes, in which it is money because somebody authorized it and said this is a legal tender, whereas there is nothing so outstanding to back it up. Little wonder the servants are on what? On horses and who? The owners are trekking and wailing. Can you imagine what they wanted to do with Niger?
Look at Niger that has all these resources that they are using for their light right there in Europe, and look at how the places, no development, nothing, and yet you take all your resources that you're using to build your own place from this very soil, and you not even just kẹ́tì ẹ̀ láàánú díẹ̀ kẹ́tì ẹ̀ ní pé kẹ́tì ẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n dáadáa díẹ̀, you're not even, I'm not sure some persons are humans. I don't know the type of heart they have. You're taking something from someone. You're not even saying, okay, if I'm not even giving you 50%, let me give you 25%. At least,
and you still want them to continue with you.
Little wonder the people came to the stadium and they were supporting those people that we don't want to mention about, as in those people that came up over there. And you understand, it's not that somebody is supporting anything, but the thing is, the citizens of Niger were just like, Emma Pawa, the
meaning of that is that don't kill us. This is
don't
too
kill
much.
us.
You know, it is a different ball game if you are paying attention to the people you are stealing from. Because let me tell you, whether we like it or not, what the West has continued to turn Africa to is a pot where they come to steal, divide, and miss themselves and make themselves feel good. And if there is any country that should be the number one on the list of, what do they used to call it? This transparency, the list of the most corrupt country in the world. There's any country that needs to top that chart, it is no other country than this country that is called France. Yes, my wife is saying that I should not say it, but I'm saying it. France is one, as in is the number one on the chart list that is stopping, as in the most corrupt whatever you can name it, because France will not only steal from you, they will steal from you, drain your bone, drain your blood, not give you a peace. They will turn your environment into nothing. And all of a sudden, because you have gone to step on the shoe, on the toe of another
That
powerful
yeah.
country called Russia, you now want us in Africa to now rise up using ECOWAS to destabilize ourselves. You have
Yeah.
failed. You have failed. Because why are you saying there? Because in the France, lè fi mí ṣe. Orí yín fọ́ dànù.
Oh, the fact is, the situation here is just pathetic. If you see those people from Niger, where they were just
They
rejoicing
do not have
in their-
light yet. They are the one
It's like
providing
yes,
the
sir.
large numbers of what's it called, uranium, that you are using to power your own light in your own country. And you want them to continue to be subservient to you, whereas you parade yourself. Take away everything you have stolen from Africa. What do you have left? You have poverty written in capital letter. Little wonder the currencies of all the countries that you colonize and you have continued to colonize till date, you ensure that they still keep it with you. And one painful thing was when even the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS or so, when they even planned, when they even plan to introduce a kind of monetary system amidst the African region, I was so shocked. Just within that period, France announced its own currency for the African states that are under their purview. Ibo ló ti ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, rádaràda àbọ̀nkú ẹ̀. So you leave your country, you are coming to Africa to come and dictate the kind of currency they should have. What was the nonsense they were calling that currency then? Something. They were echo. You understand? It was just so pathetic. So how do you want the people to continue? Must you continue to steal and steal and steal from the continent of Africa until you even pollute the spelling of English, that we can no longer call you a thief, but you what? We are calling your action a stealth. You've stolen and stolen and stolen. It has now become a stealth. Anyway, and the painful thing now is that one of the gimmicks that is being played in Africa presently, we have looked at the map, we settled down because we wanted to know the problem so that we can address it appropriately. One of the latest scheme of the Western world against the African people is to make sure there is hunger in the land. And that is a strategic means. They want us to be food dependent on the West. This is not palatable. All African people need to wise up, because you must not throw away our normal organic seeds. These are the seeds that can be used in what? In multiplication of natural, organic, healthy foods within the continent of Africa. We should not throw this away for one surprising spiritually physical seed that cannot be replicated in the name of GMO. They call it GMO. So we should not trade off our natural organic seed. And how are the West trying to do this? By the time they cause war, by the time they send in terrorists into our land, what they do is that they are attacking farmers from the farmland. Farmers are not able to plant. They are not able, because when you are using organic, you follow the season. There is specific season where you plant. Okay, let me see what people are saying. Oh, Bella Bell 703. We should stop allowing all these Westerners to control us.
Tell them,
exactly.
Speak on Bella.
Exactly.
Speak on Bella.
Lovely.
As in,
okay.
If we can just spread this word, I think this is just the cocoa of the matter. That is why we are sensitizing. And I think well-meaning influencers too should do this.
Yes.
There is no need for any war in Africa now.
What is war?
What is ECOWAS? They should call Gbeje won Jaje, they call Gbeje won, as in they should hold their peace. The peace is, let's go to the drawing table. Let's see how to settle things amicably. We don't need any gun. We don't need any bloodshed. We know blood have been shed. So that's just it.
Okay, let's go to, oh, Madam Claudia says, greetings everyone, is all about resources. Yes, that's what they are all coming in for. They want to capture our resources. Why do you think they are busy trying to create robots? They are paying more attention to robots than human beings in Africa, because if care is not taken, some of these little 1% of the world that they trouble Olori basically, yeah, whatever in the world, they are ready to, they don't mind if the whole of Africans disappear from their land, and they replace their father, not us, with robots, so that robots can be giving them whatever they need, access to resources. But that is not going to work, Kojo. Now, someone is saying something. Bella says, we don't need their GMO food. Exactly. We do not need that. We want natural seed that can be replicated. And I think I need to make mention of this. There is this particular organization that has been very, very outstanding and doing a lot across the continent of Africa. I'm so glad, because I was part of those that were aware of the foundation coming into Africa, and I brought them on this channel. They are what we call Seed Africa. You can Google them. We call them Seed Africa. They have been fighting to ensure that Africans preserve their seed, our seed. Google them up. They are doing fantastic work in Africa. As you know, this is not just about us and likes. Anything that benefits Africa is what we are after. Google about them, Seed Africa. They've done so much in encouraging farmers to use natural seeds in planting and the likes. And the results have been tremendous, because they are the one that opened a lot of African eyes to the fact that if you trade away your natural God-given seed for this particular Ogbelekwa seed, you are going to end up to be dependent on food from the West. Whereas Africa has enough food to feed the world, to feed the world forever and forever. Well, I don't want to talk too much, because sometimes when you think too much about these things, you might just go overboard. Okay, now they want all of us depend. Exactly. BC man, you are very, very on point. You are very, very on point. Bella says, okay, I don't know what that W means. Bella B says, we need our organic food. Their GMO food is very unhealthy, causes diseases including obesity. Obesity. Why did they even call it obesity? Is it that it obeys the laws of expansion? Okay, now talking about Seed Africa, they've done a whole lot in that part. Now this is what I want to say about feeding in Africa, because one of the greatest challenge in war is that you have hunger.
Yes.
In war, you have hunger, you have malnutrition, and you have death. Now, if any continent relinquishes its authority over his food, over his feeding, or into the hand of the people that do not even care about our existence, what they are just interested in is about our resources, you have just signed out a complete generations into the hand of fugitives, because they run away. You pursue them from one part, they run to another part. They are busy running around from this thing, from they are breaking
Looking for
natural
their
laws.
pockets.
Yes, they are always breaking natural laws. If you send them away from this part, they run to this other part.
Look at
Now,
Rwanda. Look at Paul.
yeah, and whenever they call something evil, just know that that thing they call evil is good. Whenever they tell you, oh, you need to abide by this system of ruling, just know that they are benefiting from that system of
Dada.
ruling to cage you, to cage your family, to cage your continent. Africa needs to produce their own system of what? Of ruling, their own ruling system, so that they can just be able to survive in the best interest of their people. Now, talking about the agricultural aspect, because I deliberately want to expatiate on this, because what these people are trying to do, they are trying to import war. They are trying to incite war in Africa. They are trying to turn Africa to the battleground for them to come and fight and divide us like fragments amidst themselves, so that they can benefit from our numerous wealth without being asked any questions. Now, what is presently going on? Some of these countries, they introduce infiltrators, they introduce terrorist groups here and there, they arm these terrorist groups, and these terrorist groups attack our farmers in the farm. Presently, a lot of people have abandoned their farmland. They are not, in short, they don't even have their homes, because their homes have been destroyed by terrorists. Some of them have run down to the cities. Those that do not have people in the cities, they are now in ID camps. So there is now IDP camps. Now there is food shortage in so many African countries. Why? Not because we do not have the resources, we do not have the land, the fertile land is there, that even if you throw fruit, it grows. But who are you to say you are continuing in farming when the terrorist group are busy taking over the farm spaces, and wherever you have planted, they go there, they what? They uproot what you have planted, because they have the guns that have been given to them by this wicked, what I call them in Mambi, wicked Sosoliso Kwankwa. So what happened is that this, let me tell you this, like a few weeks back, I traveled to some African villages to go and get, because I do some what's it called, some farming business. So I bring African products into the city to sell and to ship outside the country. Now I discovered that the kind of plantain, because there is this big plantain. Our plantain are very, very big and very lovely. I wouldn't know if everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say plantain. You can Google it, look, in case your country you don't eat plantain. I discovered that when I got to this village, it was small plantain. I was seeing, like, they were actually looking like banana. And I was asking why, what's happening. What they told me was that
What the farmers
the
do.
farmers told me that they couldn't, because they planted the plantain organically, and they couldn't wait for the plantain to what, to get ripened, because a lot of these militias, they entered into the farm. Once they see that it is fully formed, they cut it off and they made away with it. So the farmers are now scared. They don't want the plantain to be on the tree for till it get matured. So as they can still see some little bunch, they cut it off and take it home, so that the bandits, the thieves, and the lies don't go away with it. What are we talking about? We are talking about the West. Some persons trying to what? To dump war, to dump chaos on our land. Strategically, they've been doing this. And sometimes they are even very, very bold at it. And they talk to our face as if we are no people. But now, this present generation is never going to allow such nonsensical nonsense to continue. Okay, so let's just read through some comments over here. Okay, I think Bella has a lot to say. She says, yes, it is very good for us to preserve our seeds. We don't need their seeds. We don't need their manure. Okay, let me tell you, if in case you are into the agricultural space, we have enough manure. Even your human urine is manure.
Hmm.
Your chicken, if you have a farm and you have
Poultry
chicken
farm.
and you have a poultry farm, your poultry physics is what is manure. uh there are so many what
Natural.
ways, natural manures that you can get to, to get your grounds well followed and the likes. So please, let us remember that what we do now will matter a lot in the nearest future. So don't let us bring in all these their so-called chinkolinko and drop it on our food before we start hearing cancer of the spin. Now, channel 3 says never take the jab. Okay, okay, okay. Bella B 703 says anything they are doing to Africa in the name of help come with a hidden agenda.
You are
We need to
there.
wake up. I think I love you, this Bella. You are totally there. What do you think? Bella is really on point. They come to you to say, we want to help you. We love you so much. Inshallah, we love you more than ourselves. And whenever you hear anybody saying, we love you more than ourselves, we love you so much, we will leave our country and come here. Irọ́ ni lórí irọ́. There is nobody that will love you more than yourself. Even the Bible, the good book, did not say that love your neighbor more than yourself. It says, love your neighbor as yourself. Mm. So if anybody is trying to tell you that they love you more than themselves, just know that you should just start running because they are they are having so many things.
Don't say
Uh,
autism.
they are they are having so many things. What's it called? Okay, so
Plant organic.
with that,
Okay.
what's that?
It's channel 3 said
Okay,
plant.
China Series 3 says plant organic, not good, good. So now, do you also know that when you take organically grown foods, there is this way that it fills your system? There is this feeling that comes with it because it's natural. It has gone through the cycle that Mother Earth, Mother Nature has it to be. But when you now begin to take the enshrouded orikpekpe, the one that they call fast food, and that's how it will be so fast, it will also be fast in creating cancer.
Hmm.
So we should be very careful. So with that being said, okay, with that being said, a lot of things is happening across the continent of Africa that we need to be very aware of, and we should build our system in such a way that we can have love, empathy for ourselves in Africa. When I say in Africa, I'm not talking of you in one country in Africa showing love to just your own people. No. Cut across, show love to every African because all Africans are actually one and same. Till some of these so-called people came in and they began to divide
Cut
us
us
and
into
cut us
pieces.
into pieces as if we are a bunch of cake that can be allotted amidst themselves. And that is where that nonsense, most wicked meeting ever had on earth called Berlin Conference. That was the worst gathering of some few human beings in which they divided the continent of Africa amidst themselves. And when they now saw that China, that they were thinking that
Say nobody.
is a no, is a bunch of jokers that do not know anything but as the population. When they saw that China has taken over, they promised themselves that they will not make such mistake in Africa.
Hmm.
So they want to just maintain the status quo that Africa should just remain a reservoir of their so-called ill-gotten wealth. That they will just come, take and take. They want to operate like evil spirits, the ministry of takers. They just want to take and take until everything is gone.
Tomorrow.
That will not happen. And it should not happen if you and I do not allow them. Now, look at,
That's
okay,
why we
Bella
have to
says,
sensitize each other.
yeah, I noticed that your channel is decreasing in subscribers instead of increasing. Are they after
Just
your
say,
see, I'm not bothered. Even if it is whatever number, I'm not bothered because it's not a problem to me. So far I'm fulfilling what I'm what I'm sent for, because fulfillment is not about what is happening to your channel. It's not by the number of people that they are on their own. So don't let us even talk about that. They are on their own, because I'm finding fulfillment year month by month, year in, year out. We are touching lives. We have youths in Africa that we are raising. We have youths in Africa that we are empowering. We have been okay. Let me even tell you this. The latest on blog is that I also, it's not just about stocking. I go to the villages to go and help farmers. I buy from farmers, thereby putting money into their hands. I buy from farmers, I put money in their hands, and I bring their goods and services, natural food that you will take, that you'll be proud that you got something nice. I bring it to the city, I sell to people in the city, and I sell across the world. So thereby making the farmers that are still diligent in producing natural foods, making them see the reason why they should still continue in what, in using those natural means of production. Okay, okay, with that being said, let me just play you a little video of one of what I do. You understand? In Africa, I sell agricultural.
Tetra Foods, the home of fresh organic foods, where you get affordable foods in large and small quantities at farm prices. We have dry fish, snail, plantain, sweet potatoes, yam, egusi, ogbono, crayfish, just to mention a few. We offer nationwide as well as international delivery. You can place your order from anywhere in the world by clicking the button below to send us a message now, or you call us on +234-8179-591789 or +234-8134457891. Healthy foods for a healthy living.
Okay, so that's just one that's just one aspect that I've just embarked on. This is putting money in the hands of farmers, and I myself am also a farmer. What's it called? I rest snails now. I rest snails, and I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk too much about what I'm doing in farming, but let's just see it as a push. Let's assist those farmers that are still using the right seed. Let's assist them to make sales. Let's assist them to be happy with the output from staying, you know, staying faithful to the seeds that benefit us in Africa. And also, as I'm going to the villages, I try to sensitize the farmers on the reason why they should be very careful of some things that is being shipped abroad to them, because most of the time they bring in some so-called fertilizers that has been banned even outside other countries. They bring it to these farmers in Africa. You understand? They bring it to these farmers in Africa and allow them to use it on the food. Whereas, where I discovered this was that when you now want to ship some of those agricultural products, they will now be telling you that they are seeing some content in that stuff that is not allowed in their own country. You do not allow such in your own country, but you are the one shipping it into our own country. So You
Because we
want
don't have rulers.
I don't want to talk too much. It's really pathetic. So
So the call is to all Africans. Let's be our brother's keeper. Let's shout it. We don't want war. Maybe we should just start singing it as a song in the ears of those from Nigeria, in the year of Nigeria, in the ears of Nigerians, from those from Mali and every other surrounding countries. That there is no need for war, and we are pleading with ECOWAS. Ejo, call for war. Omo Sabi Asho. Yes, if they will understand that one, they should please control themselves at this time. We don't need to start fighting for the West. The West should not just push us and say, go and fight, and we start fighting when we're not stupid. People are really going through a lot. Somewhere in Nigeria now, the dollar, the exchange rate is alarming. It's not what you can talk about. People go hungry, people go on trekking, there is this, there is that, and on top of that, you want to add what?
okay. Someone is asking, Bellaby is asking, do you sell seed? Yes, I sell. I sell seed. So you can reach me on WhatsApp number to tell me the particular seed you want so that we can talk about that. Okay, you can continue.
Yeah, so I think that this live stream is just a wake up call, because it's that was how they were doing in Ukraine. Then, before they push them, boom, 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 boom. We know what's happening now. If you see how they were throwing dead people away in Ukraine, look at what their nation has turned to. And we don't even have such support here in Africa, in the Nigeria, that people are already, it's not something we want to talk about. So please, Africans in diaspora, Africans at home, it's high time we became our brother's keeper. It's high time we began to speak the truth to each other. Say, you are my brother. You see a Ghanaian, you are my brother. You see a Rwandese, you are my brother. It's not about you. It's the same blood that we have running through our veins, and we don't need to allow any other person to come and push us at this time. And by so doing, I think we are really going to overcome this. And if we just overcome this battle over Niger is really a battle that is so because of what is at stake. France wants to really, they don't have any alternative right now, alternative source of getting their means of power. The gas that they have with Russia, that one is gone. And right now, they're just looking at this. And they want to even start exporting this gas from Nigeria
Mhm.
to, it's going to pass through Niger
Nigeria likes.
before it gets to them. And Niger people are like saying it's not going to work now, and they want to do all it takes. You can't force them, they are the owner of their land. It's just to come to a round table conference and say, okay, what do you need? Respect people for what they have. Don't say they are baboons. Are you going to talk? Are you going to talk? What do they call Africans? Say there's a name. They used to
Whatever they
as
call,
in
whatever they call
it's high
Africans.
time you knew that these people are woken up. At least to your face, you can see all of them cheering up those people there, as in their national stadium. They are cheering them up. So why will you now come against the country that says, okay, these people are trying to help us out of challenge? You now want to say no. You want to kí ni ti yín, ṣé ilẹ̀ ni wọ́n ni àbẹ́yìn lẹ dá wọn ni, èwo ni ti yín gan? So it's not. Then I think ECOWAS also should just learn from that. You see these people that, what is èwo ni ti yín, as in, oh God, that is just it though.
Okay, I think Channel 3 is asking
Who are you guys?
no, he said, where are you guys?
Okay.
She's in need of either he or she.
When he
Channel
goes to
3
Nigeria.
is in need of seeds. So I've just given you our phone number.
No, it's
That's our
Bella that
WhatsApp
says,
number.
do we sell
We
seeds?
are in Nigeria. Channel 3, we are in Nigeria. So in case you need, oh, Channel 3 is saying cool. Okay, we are in Nigeria, and in case you need seeds, you can reach out to us.
Okay,
We have,
you've written the number.
yes, this is our WhatsApp. This is our WhatsApp number. You can reach out to us via WhatsApp. So you can get details of the kind of seeds you need and the quantity in which you need. We can get that across to you. So with that being said, now we need to have what we call a preparation. I did a video sometimes back. I call it mental war. I had to remove that video because they were actually they were
Wọ́n wá
actually
fún ara
they were
wọn.
actually very sensitive information I delivered in that video, and as
Mental
such,
war
in Africa I tagged it mental war in Africa. But the association of Orikpepe Demoy, they came after that video that why is this guy talking too much in this video. So okay, China 2 says, I got here, I'll be in touch, trade with uh I'll trade some with you too. Okay, okay. So Bella is saying, I'm in the US. Okay, we are in the United States of Africa. So yeah, because I'm even tired of calling Nigeria, Ghana, Togo. No, we are in the United States of Africa. So you can imagine if the whole of the African countries get their mind reshaped and we come together to have what we call the United States of Africa. And each country is supposedly created countries is now like a region, or a province. The province of Nigeria and the province of Ghana and the province of Rwanda, Botswana, Namibia, Niger.
Oh, God.
And we now have that coming together, that unifying system in which each province determines what happens in their province, but we have a collective formation, in short, a collective army that can protect our territory. Now, let us now look at how one small island in the name of England, in the name of France, we come up and say they want to dominate us. They know all these things, and that's why they continue to use the weaklings amidst us to destabilize us. The weaklings amidst us, they will give those ones some few dollars, and their brain is empty. They cause more problem in Africa for their they are not thinking of posterity.
Yes, they are just thinking of the now, and that now you're taking it nowhere to the grave. When you're going, all that you've piled up for your generations on, but the worst is that it won't even get to them, because wealth ill-gotten is at the risk of the owner. It cannot be spent by them. So I don't know why people choose to be very wicked. Is wickedness in the highest order?
Bella is saying, can you shit? Yes.
Yes, we can.
We do.
So anyway, so it's wickedness of the highest order when you don't even consider people that voted you in.
Game up me, no be me, I want you but okay.
So when you don't even consider these people that put their life at stake, the type of election that hold here in Africa, that somebody can just be going to vote on the election day now, and that person doesn't come back with the old body.
Yeah.
The last election in Nigeria, we've seen people that were battered, people that were killed, different things. So these people are zapped their life just to say, okay, we want you rule, or maybe we don't even want to talk about that demonstration of praise now. So you're saying you're ruling over these people, but you don't have any heart for them. Who does that? Your own is just for you to listen to your leaders, those that you are their puppets. So they say, do this, kill your people, kill them. Sell them for one gunpowder, you sell them. Do this, sell them for, give how many people for one mirror, you do it. And that is what you're still doing now. You go to war, go and do this. You want to go. Which type of war? Who goes to war in the time
How
of
will you
peace?
go to war with your brother? Because somebody from outside is
Your family saying
is trying to secure his selfish interest.
and you say, oh yeah, go and kill that your brother, go and kill that your
sense.
brother.
Okay, Bella is saying the weekly exactly what happened in your election. Okay, I didn't get that, but I want to assume you are talking about what happened in our election.
Yes, so
our election was a very wonderful one. It was a
Is it not known to
very
be what?
interesting one. It was one of the best
election so far globally.
referential election globally, and it's not far from what we had in America also. Yes, because our people learned from America. So They are cousins.
That's it.
So the next time anybody is writing and putting African countries as the most corrupt countries in the world, tell them shut up and go back to your continent and do your research very well. You'll find out that there is no corruption that is happening in Africa that has not been baptized, that have not been given the water baptism from the Western world. So we have you here. Whoa, Mirik.
It's new.
No, it's Nubian.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't get to change that up. That's my Midi Emmanuel Kedustafare. That's my Haddock name. That's my Midi Emmanuel. You know what I'm saying? So Nubian me. It's a big thing.
Have you today?
Yo, family, it's really a trip. It's a trip. It's the only thing I can say is destabilization. That's what they're trying to do. It's the same thing. It's like a thief coming into your house and saying, yo, I don't like your mom. I don't like your brother. Because, they really want to get into the safe. They want to get into the family safe and want to take over. So they're just, it's wickedness. It's wickedness. Like, how do people not see this? And how can they get... They're going to let a thief give them a little money so they can rob the whole house? What are you saying? What are you on drugs? Because the only person that somebody like a thief could influence in the house is someone who is a thief or a drug addict or problematic in the family, or who's upset, or who's jealous, or who just got mental issues, mental, emotional, psychological problems. So if somebody's trying to break into a family, and what are you running to sign up to be part of that team for? What kind of manifestation problems do you have in yourself? What kind of problems? That's just so, it's right here, it's right here.
And you know what, Nubimi, from what you have just said, if you actually look at it, I think so many of these puppets in Africa, they need to get their brain re-examined. You might find out that maybe their brain has been cloned with pawpaw, with mango, because they are not like reasoning like normal human beings. They are not like reasoning like normal human being. They are reasoning like some nematodes, some amoeba, some algae,
some brutes. Some brutes.
So, because I wouldn't know why anybody in this world will stand behind those that have been stealing, still stealing, and still planning to steal.
Yes.
And those are the people we call, they are not just stealing, they are stealthing. They stealth. Because they want to do it now. They did it before. They want to do it now. They want to continue doing it. And they want to hand it over as a wealth to their upcoming generation. So
I think there's a book, I think a phenomenal African writer who wrote a book. If I can go look on my bookshelf, it was kind of like The Party of Thieves. I think it was a Nigerian writer who wrote this book. Like, there's such great Nigerian African writings that I read in college. And if when I stop interrupting you, I will find it on my bookshelf. But this has been spoken about, people. The writing is on the wall. Choose the right side. And when you choose the wrong side, deal with the consequences. I just really hope the young masses, the mass of people that they're trying to fool, will see right through this, because this is just,
it's
disgusting.
Very well.
Exactly.
In capital letter is disgusting. In short, when you are spelling this disgusting, even you can throw up. It's as disgusting as throwing up in front of a messed up toilet. So, and you begin to ask yourself, are these people really part of us? Do they belong here? Or someone has cloned their brain with mosquitoes because
They
I
are
wouldn't know
true
why.
zombies. They are the really living Walking Dead, the walking zombies that we all see in the 1980s, 90s, and stuff.
Exactly, exactly. Maybe it's like one of those zombies that appeared in Michael Jackson Wacko Jacko thriller. You know. Now, the issue is this: if you are an African and you are still being used against your fellow Africans, you are less than a human being. Because if you really, really are a human being, you need to have the interest of your fatherland, your motherland at heart. And that is why we, the Cetrus family, have decided to expand forward. We are doing a whole lot. We are touching the lives of youth. We are fetching youth from the streets, youth that are less privileged, indigent but diligent youths across Africa. We are picking them up on the streets. We are picking them up in the villages. For those of you that have been following us before now, oh, Isabel Njue. My goodness. Hello, Isabel.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Greetings,
Mm,
Isabel.
the name Bella Bell is me.
So Isabel is Bella Bell.
Whoa, I never knew.
Yeah, that's the name I have on YouTube.
Oh, wow, you're
Whoa.
welcome.
Wow, it's been like more than a year we spoke last.
I think I
Oh
need to.
yeah, I'll follow you guys from time to time. I've-
Whoa, so happy to hear that. Wow, wow. So, what's your take on this?
my dear, these people, they just, they just want us to be under them.
Mm,
They have done everything for us to be under them. That's why
mm,
they are able to control everything about us, control
mm,
even the people that will sit for president for us,
mm.
control the kind of food that we have to eat. So and I don't know why we don't wake up, honestly.
Mm, mm,
It all is I just feel like we have to just is unity. If we unite and put our feet together,
mm.
you know, they will not be able to do all these things.
So true. So true. Isabel, let me just tell you a little story. I wouldn't mention the particular country because I know that they are also following this channel. There was a particular multi-billionaire in Nigeria. He wanted to set up a very big company okay, he wanted to set up a communication company in one country in Africa. He was laying his fiber optic cable
Mm-hmm.
across Africa. Do you know that when he got to a particular country in Africa, it was like all hell was let loose. They became so jealous. They became so unforgiving. They became so unaccommodative that the billionaire from Nigeria was frustrated for several years, several months, several
I know
years.
they frustrate you so that you get so disappointed, and they forget that this is our own way of growing, of developing, uh, and they don't they when you see they are frustrating them like that, you should know that it is not the people that are actually doing it is they are not from Africa. They are actually out of Africa, and they are using us to bring us down. They
God
are
bless.
used. They use us to kill us.
Yes,
This
yes,
money
and
like this,
yes, Bella, because here's the thing. Here in the
they
United
use
States,
us.
it's the youth. They want to kill the youth. If they start fighting, if they start the destruction, it's going to go after the young people and create havoc.
Hmm.
Hmm, hmm.
Because
Um,
they know they're gonna give you a few dollars. a few coins, and
Mm.
whatever they tell you, you have to submit.
Mm. This is a different. You guys are opening my eyes to a different level, because actually, who are those that suffer more in war? The women, the children, and the youth. Because majority of the people that are plundering the economy of Africans, as in that are Africans that are being used to plunder the economy of Africa, a lot of them are no longer within the level of youth. A lot of them they've overstayed their welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So it is this youth that is even constituting a threat to the rest of this world, because this our African youth, number one, they are large, their percentage in population demographic is very high. Africa owns the largest share of world youth, which is a threat. And that's why you are beginning to see a lot of clamoring from the African region, because the youth are saying, no, we cannot continue the way our forefathers were continuing, like donkey, following a nomadic slave that is ruling over us. Now, if there, I pray there is no war in Africa, and that's why
no, there is no space for.
and that's why we continue. I don't mind. I don't know what it will take. I don't mind doing numerous videos to continue to sensitize Africans not to go to war against ourselves. Because if we do so, we have just helped our adversaries, our enemy. I wanted to say our devil. We are just
Let me add to that. It is a military tactic, because here in the United States, we've seen it over and over from the 1970s, from the Vietnam to Desert Storm, to every time the new youth in America, they start getting conscious and they start getting woke, or they start going against the system. Here it has happened. They call it the brown draft. It seems like they always start a war where they take these youth who are starting to become self-conscious, culturally conscious, and kind of against the system, and they throw them into this little game of thrones and war, and they kill them off. And when they come back maimed, they come back messed up. It's a whole so it's a game they play here. It's around, so they're actually implementing that in Africa. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. And get these kids fighting each other. Because when you look at it, just as you're thinking, the people who are rallying them up are, I don't want to say middle-aged men, but men that are like aging. And what are you doing? You're aging men. You're like, they're like 35, 40, 50, 60, trying to rally these young people to get into some proxy war that they're being paid for by the European masters. That's really what's happening. So yes, these videos got to go on and on, so that the African youth globally, and particularly on the continent, know that this is a game for their life, because everybody already know that if you guys live and survive and thrive, the world will be different in 50 years. So what they're going to try to do is make it stress for everybody else, and you particularly, so we can't get up.
Okay, with that being said, please let me quickly state this. That's where good people like you and I need to start doing something. And we are so proud, we are so happy that from the little corner of the Cetros vlog, Cetros Foundation, we have a foundation that is dedicated towards helping the youth to get to make a living, to make meaning out of their life, and to fulfill purpose and destiny. But our attention is not on every youth. Our attention is on youth that are what?
Indigent.
That are indigent but diligent.
So that they will not end up being like these puppets. Because if these people that are actually puppets in the hands of the West, they are diligent at what they do, they will have integrity, they will have good character formation. So nobody can just come and buy you over. And that's what we do with our foundation. We don't just train the youth on their chosen craft or anything, but we also give them the real character formation that will help build a great society. Yes, the core values that a great society needs to be built. So I think that's integrity, honesty, productivity, value addition. What value are you creating? Are you adding to the society that warrants you getting a reward? So it's not just that you don't have the value system, you just want to blow, like most youths in Africa have been made to know now. And some leaders that we had in the past will come and say the youths are lazy youths because all they knew then was just to do yahoo yahoo and all this. But no, there's a reward system. What value are you creating? What value addition are you bringing to the table that will ensure that what's your productivity level so that you come out and you're not just dependent on people. We are bringing all our ideas together, all our resources from the various places in Africa, from various villages I remember where I served very close to the north. No, it's not very close, it's not Kaduna State. And okay, where I schooled, Kwara State, close to the north, I went into villages. You see mangoes just ripened, wasting as the mangoes. You see,
Wow.
everything. You ought to see it. They are just wasting away. And whereas we have undergraduates, we have graduates that don't have work, they've read food tech. Why don't you employ them? Why don't you make those places habitable for them? Make as in create
So
an enabling
jam,
environment for them.
mango,
Yeah,
everything.
that's a big business.
And
Yeah,
let them
it's
start
a good
creating
thing. Yeah,
different fruit
yeah.
juice.
Teaching
We
teaching them how to stand up for
Mango
themselves. Not
preservatives.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah. You're teaching the youth how to stand up for themselves, not giving them fish so that they will keep coming back to ask for more fish. You're teaching them to catch the fish so that
Yes,
tomorrow they'll be able to help other people and teach other people how to help other people. And that's how they grow. You understand?
yes. Yes, but that's what they don't want. They want the youth to be dependent. They want them to be
They would
never
rather
do well.
they would
They'll
rather
just be
prefer
giving
to
them
share money.
money, and those ones they don't have any value addition. They don't have
That's
any
their
value.
American welfare system. That's
Exactly.
their
That's what they
American
are
welfare.
doing to us, Africa, to be dependent instead of
Yeah,
making us stand for ourselves.
that's the
So I
welfare
think
system. That's they don't.
Mm.
okay,
They're not. It's not going to fare well. It's not going
Yeah.
to fare well that way.
okay. Thank God
Yeah,
we are
that's paying.
that foundation right now. Thank God for good people like Newbie, me, Isabel, so many in our community. We are not even waiting for them again. This bus has started long ago, and we know we're going somewhere. It might not even appear we've gotten anywhere, but we definitely know we're going somewhere. And God helping us, we are going to get to where we're going to. And by the time we've got, it's going to take them unawares. When we're not going to be telling them this is how we want to get there, this is no way. They don't need those basics. So by the time we've gotten there, they'll just see that we've gotten there. So for those that have been helping us transform the life of this African, you want to say God bless you. Want to say a big thank you, want to say you're not going to miss your reward here and in eternity. So for those that have not helped or for those that are still trying to help, please, you are highly welcome on board. Let's do the good work together. This you can support us via GoFundMe. We have different
Before you support us
you
on
can go
Well,
GoFundMe,
and let me also say,
to
the question,
our website.
Africa, they miss you. They missing you. The question, Africa, they missing y'all. And after this, I gotta talk to you guys about some projects that they need y'all on. Okay, that's it. Just to let you guys know, they have a network of people.
okay. So you can go through our GoFundMe page. You will see, you can go to our GoFundMe page. You will see a lot of videos that will show you what we have been doing. If you now see, having seen, gone through what we have been doing there, if you now feel that we have been trying and you want to support us, you can go ahead to support us on GoFundMe. But I think at this point, I want to share my screen with you. I want to give us an update on one of the youths that we picked from the streets that was interested in welding. He sent in his video this last week, and it was just fun. It was highly interesting. Please let me quickly share my screen, because when I saw that video, I was so filled with joy. This is a boy that was. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this his name is Alpha. He said he wants to
Learning
learn welding,
welding.
metal welding. So this is what he's doing now. This young man just started this training. We enrolled him here. We paid for his training. Just I think he's about 3 months. It's less than 3 months.
Less than
It's
three
less than
months.
3 months.
So
And see, he's enjoying what he's doing. The last time he told us that I'm just enjoying myself. So that's the guy there. I think I will show you the output of what he's doing presently. So let me get the output. You can see he's constructing a very mighty metal door there. See the output.
can you see?
Wow, that's beautiful. Now I'm gonna do a gym. I'm gonna do a chakuti. We need to get some safety glasses with the Cetros name on the glass on the side of that. So if anybody wanna donate that, even on Amazon, I'm sure there's a box of safety glasses for the brethren. But I love it.
Okay, that's a very good one. because okay because they actually asked for, when I was registering the young man, they asked for what's it called, safety glass also. Okay, that's a good one. And we also planned what's it called, getting him a customized overall that will have the
Cetros
Cetros Foundation logo and name at the back of it.
So many other
so that
youths
so
that
many
are
other youths.
diligent, and because for us getting this diligent and indigent youth now, it's a call to every one of us because of how these people have actually, this 1% have made Africa. So they are creating what's in the art of youth. But by the time you see these youths that are really determined, and they love the craft they want to go in for, you see them doing things that are mind blowing in their choosing areas. So if you're there, you have any youth that you know that is very good at one craft or the other, or wants to learn one craft or the other, but that child is from an indigent home, or the child is in there, please just look out. You should contact us on our numbers. We love to meet such youth that are diligent at what they want to do. They really mean it. No, because they are the set of youth that will be leading the world in the years to come.
Okay. Isabel says she got kicked out. Please come back in. Try logging in through the, what's it called, the link I said that you can use in joining, so that, because we are about wrapping up, so that you can give your concluding remarks. And before we go into that, we want to say thank you a lot. You all know the story of what's it called, Alpha, that was sleeping. He was a homeless kid that we got. Uh, Alpha was an homeless kid that we got on the streets of Lagos, and we decided to help, and his life is being transformed. He's always very, very happy.
I'm enjoying this place.
I'm enjoying this place. It's talking about where he's learning the
Learning.
work and the likes. And we also got a good trainer, because the trainer offered to be paying him on weekly basis some stipend to take care of himself. And the boy was so fast. He was a fast learner in that area. More so, a lot of you know that I've always been bragging of another youth that we picked on the street also, that we are so happy that we've set up what's it called, a mini photo studio for, and we are so glad that it's turning out result. Like today, he still had some photo shoot and the likes. So a lot of records are being kept at the appropriate time. A lot
Yay,
of
so wonderful. I remember with
yeah,
Alpha too. His face was so beautiful. The welding person, man, I'm so happy. His face was so bright. I know he's even brighter. So wonderful. He's a good husband for my daughter.
so even the what's it called, the one that is in charge of the photo studio is also very happy and is diligent, is paying so many prizes to learn more of photography, and is doing his best in that regards. And today, just like I mentioned, he landed another photo shoot in the mini studio, and just like that,
Can I tell you
before we
something
know it.
about his photos? The photos that you showed us, it looks better than the family portraits that we took here in California. Okay, I'm just saying.
What?
Me not lie, me no lie. It looks so much 100%. The life in it, so much better. I'm just saying. I'll just leave it at that. And those portraits cost a lot. We went to a family studio. Yo, yeah, the Cetro studio, they doing better.
Whoa.
Area. Just want
Whoa. Wow, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. But let me show you one of his latest shots in that mini studio. Let me just see if I can show you this. This okay, let me see, screen, share screen. Uh, this was one of the outputs. Can you see this?
Yes, yes. Wow. Wow, the colors, the background, the vibrancy, the just getting that pose, that confidence pose, the eyes, everything. It's perfect.
And
Wow.
like one of those stuffs, if you expand the picture, if you want to know quality picture, you expand it more. Can you see what is
Wow,
there?
look at that quality. It doesn't pixelate or nothing. You can see his skin and everything. Wow, that man got good skin. Can I find out what moisturizer he's It's African heat, African rock, African perspiration. It looks
So
wonderful. You know, that could be a headshot too. For remember I was
yeah,
showing you the thing. It's headshot
yes,
quality, man.
yes, yes.
Gorgeous.
And like when the owner of the pig saw it, was like, wow,
Wow.
this is wonderful, because the
Fell
kind
in love
of
with himself. He's so handsome in that picture. Oh my goodness.
the kind of training I give to them, I usually tell them that when your photography, when you photograph an individual and they place that image on a billboard, it should not pixelate. Look at, should still maintain.
No pixelation. I don't know where you learned that, Frederick, but I'm coming to Central Studio. I'm getting my plane ticket. I'm taking your class because this is phenomenal. And look at the colors. The colors are so wonderful. The colors
Thank,
on the jacket and the
thank,
tie, everything. Yeah, I'm coming to class. I'm coming to class.
thank you so very much. So these are the kind of story. Oh, Bella is saying, "Oh my goodness, I've missed some stuff." Uh, wow, Madam Claudia is saying, the settlers are forever blessed. Wow, thank you
Amen. You
so
are
very
also
much. You
forever
are also
blessed,
forever
Ma,
blessed because
because
you are part of the process. You are part of those supporting this youth.
everyone on this
Yeah,
channel,
all of
Nubimi,
you. Yeah,
Sabella, as in
I'm
Dr.
telling you.
Ojo,
Yeah,
Jimbara Chukudi.
yes, Chikori. Um,
We want to say God
Bella
bless
Bell
you.
says, tell him to keep up the good work. We are rooting for him. Wow, wow. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yes,
That
beautiful.
that
That's Bella.
that photo is so beautiful. It looks like a political campaign. Even it looks like I'm hiring you. Yes, we'll vote for
Oh,
you.
look at what Bella said. He said, he looks like the young CEO of a company. Wow,
Don't
thank you.
he?
Oh my goodness. So it's part, who will say that the young guy, that the youth that took that picture, as in the youth in whose studio that picture was taken, that youth was someone that was sleeping on the bare floor in the open, was homeless. But the Cetros Foundation showed up, and within 3 months, his life was turned around. He moved from being homeless to having a mini studio. And I can see the joy that emanates from him,
still going through training,
and still going through
on
training.
how it can be really productive,
Yeah.
and it can really have value. The training at Cetros Foundation is a
endless.
thorough word, as in when we train these youth on character formation, when we come, because we've been through a lot, myself and my husband, and we say we want you to pass through this. If your training is so hard, visit Inquiry said, if you train so hard, then it's going to be easy for you. But if you train yourself, then it's going to be hard for you later on. So we are really making it really hard. We have to get this right. As we train them, we talk to them this way. Okay, build on this character, leave this other word, try to do this, know God, then this. Okay, you're becoming the real person you ought to be.
Exactly.
So in the years to come, you're going to be among those leading the world, and you're going to say, thank God to people like this. Thank God for God and the Holy Spirit using people to transform my life.
Till this moment, I still continue to train.
And the hours. Because the hours make you they say the professional hours you put in, the amount of hours makes you that professional. So you'll be a youth with so many hours. I didn't mean to interrupt, brothers and sisters, but it's so blessed. It's so true. The skills development, the hours, they said it takes 10,000 hours to be a professional. You put hours.
That's it. That's the law that guides professionalism. You must have done a project repeatedly for a minimum of 10,000 hours before you are acclaimed a professional at that particular project or that particular job. So till today, till tomorrow, I still keep on eating at him. No, this is not how to do this. Do this right. Do this right. Do this right. So, and I told him, I said, I'm going to continue to push you. I'm going to continue to push you hard and harder until I will be the one learning from you. Until we get to that point whereby
Deo Miyagi, Mr. Miyagi, Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off.
So, because I said, until I'll be the one learning from you, you are not yet there.
Something new to learn from
yes.
you. Then you not continue to.
Yes.
I'm not going
because
to.
I'm not relenting. I study every now and then. Like Nubimi is saying that she loves my training on how the image is not pixelating.
For different trainings.
I paid international trainers, I paid local trainers, I paid even boys that I have trained before, but I've done for some training that I have not learned from. I pay them to train me on the latest stuff, and I do a lot of researches. I'm on what's this name? This training platform, a lot of foreign training platform. I just pay, and so I told them, I said, there is no youth that should come and lazy around. You should find out what's the latest trend on how to do stuff.
Because the cheese are always moving. You might think you're there today. It's in every sector, every business. If you think you're there today and you don't train yourself, the next day you just see that what you know it's
no longer relevant.
It's not involved.
I hear the funniest stuff. Like today, during the mini session, because immediately after church, we went for the mini session. They saw how I helped them to organize the customer, make them feel at home. Now, because it's not just about skill now, it's now also about people management, ability to manage customers, to make them be in their best of mindset when they are taking their shot goes a long way to give you a better result. making them happy, making them smile natural, not the plastic smile of, you know. So they saw all those things I was displaying with the customer. They were just like, they're just looking at me because I had about two youths with me there. They're just looking at me, and with the few, with the little space that we have in the studio, in the mini studio, they were they were surprised to see how everything was just arranged, how the posture was taken and the likes, and the customer was smiling through. Those are stuff that you will never learn from MIT. You have to learn it from the streets, and the street is where we belong.
You gotta learn from SIT. Sit down and watch. Sit down and watch. Sit down. And listen. Not MIT. SIT. Sit and watch and then do. Hey, we love it. We give thanks to God for you that you have a gift of teaching and being teachable. You feel me? Some people are not teachable, and it's about learning how to be teachable. So you're a teacher, but you're also
Wow.
you also look, and yes, researching and finding those things, finding those courses free, or sometimes you got to pay for it. It's worth
Yeah.
it, and the connections and the blessings that you bless those people with, is a blessing. I have a grant writing class. Wonderful, wonderful teacher. I thank her, Natalie Parker. Yay! What's up, Natalie?
Hey.
You know, Natalie
Wow.
Parker. I got to go all the way. Natalie Anson Parker. And the great thing is, she's from Jamaica. Her family's from Jamaica. She lives in the South. And God has given her a blessing to teach people how to write grants. So we got to connect her with y'all too. Have a class over there.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So with that being said, okay, look at what Bella said. By the time they complete the training, they will be all rounded.
That
Yes.
is just the
Now,
goal.
when we talk of being all rounded, I want to bring in my own personal bias. Apologies if you are not a Christian, if you have your own system of belief, but this is just me. I usually believe that if the Christianity I'm practicing has given me that mindset to have the love for fellow humans around me, then I should also introduce that my God to those that are benefiting from what I do. So I make sure that they listen to messages that will transform their lives, and they
And
also
even increase
pray.
their productivity.
Yeah, transform their lives, increase their productivity, pray, teach them how to pray and all the likes. Like yesterday, I was like, okay, you pray. After that one finished praying, oh yeah, you pray. I was sizing up their prayer lifestyle, and I discovered that they are improving. They were not the former way they were before. They are improving. So all this, to a large extent, belief system, whether it is Christianity or what have you, what you believe, how you believe what you believe affects the way you live your life. There are so many belief systems that will help this youth to know that everything is not just about money. So that next time when they occupy the same space to help people, the Western stelters, the Western team will not just give them some dollars, some thousands of dollars, and say, you know what, as I want you to sell 500 youths to us, sell them to us, and let's use them for barbecue. you know when they have something that is a belief system, that would have prepared their mind to know that, oh, it's not all that glitters are gold. What is the benefit of getting the money, a financial support from the Western world, whereas your generations are being sold out? So we really are hammering on that. We are building a generation of youth that will have the mindset of protecting their people, the African people, and being exposed to the real thing. Okay, somebody saying something. Spiritual transformation is very important. So true. So true. You got it right. So, Madam Nubimi, you were saying something.
Nah, you said it all, but like a scripture says, why sell your soul to gain the whole world? You know what I mean? Because the world is going down in the hell in a handbasket anyhow. So that, and knowing what Christ said, that be in the world, be not of the world. So be an impact. Don't be a detriment of the world. Don't be of the world system. You know, I'm adding on that, but I'm not adding on to Christ's words. He said it. Be in the world, not of the world, and don't
Yes.
your soul. Okay, to gain the world, because you're gonna lose it either way.
Wow. Thank you so very much. So with that being said, because this is just like oh my goodness, this is past 2 a.m.
Past 1 a.m.,
This-
1:30 a.m.
No, this is 2.
You see.
This is 2 a.m.
Wow.
This is past 2 a.m. in Nigeria, West Africa,
Wow.
and we need to go to bed because we are already now tomorrow,
Yes.
which is Monday.
21st.
We need to get some things done. Now we want to really appreciate every one of us. If you are just seeing this video, please watch through and please pass on, share this video amidst the African communities. We should not allow anybody push us to the verge of war. Instead of allowing them to push us to war, we should allow ourselves to push ourselves to more productivity and helping the African youth that are serious to what? To improve on their life, not those that are always begging for a few dollars here and there, but those that want to say, you know what, I want to learn a skill, something I can use my hand to do. And we've shown you some examples today, and I think it's wonderful. So, as a matter of conclusion, we want to listen to Madam Nubemi. What would be your conclusion here?
I would follow you. Let's no pushing towards war. Let's go with raw vegetables and raw productivity and raw resources, and just get into it. Just love Yahweh all the way and go all the way. And we have to fight for the children and the next generation in Africa, because Africa is our life.
Whoa,
Wow, wow,
that
that's
is
really
that
great.
is really great one there. And please
Africa
let
is
me
our
quickly
life.
state these also, because I'm going to play the video I played before. I've what's it called? I've started a business that is towards selling African foodstuffs, either within Africa or outside the continent of Africa. I've started this business in which I'm going to villages, pick up, buy foodstuffs from local farmers to sell to the people so that people can have access. Oh, that's mosquito.
That's their work now.
So,
Oh, no, not the work.
so that we can have a wow. I think I killed this one. I killed it. So I'm into this business now. We sell African foodstuffs, a different shades of them. The website is going to be up very soon. I'm busy designing it. It's called cetrofoods.com. So you can order your foodstuff anywhere in the diaspora, anywhere in Nigeria, anywhere in Africa. You can order your foodstuff. And more so, we are trying to, what's it called? I'm now into the production of snails. I'm into the production of snails, and you said what? The farming of snails. Yeah, I'm into snail farming, and as such, I will also want you guys, if you want to learn anything about snail farming, just let me know so that I can prepare something in that aspect. More so, I want to expose some youths in the foundation to how snails are being farmed and the likes. So let's just see how many youth that are interested in this. If you have any youth that are interested in this, get them linked up to me. I'm ready to share the little knowledge I have in snail farming with them. And we also want to engage one of the youths, one of the youths that we assisted in Dama Coco youth, the carpentry guy that we assisted in the this thing, we want to engage him to build a cage for the foundation in snail farming and the likes. So let me just share this with us.
I love it. If you want to
Foods, the home of fresh from anywhere in the world.
I think somebody was saying something.
just want to tell people, if you want to be eating,
You said?
yes. So yes, very important.
I didn't get you.
No, I said snails are very important for the earth and farming. So if we want to
Yeah.
be eating, snail farming is imperative. So no war, just raw foods, because war is raw backwards. You know what I'm saying? The only thing we need to be war on is those mosquitoes that you keep killing.
Word by clicking the button below. Welcome to Cetra Foods, the home of fresh organic foods, where you get affordable foods in large and small quantities at farm prices. We have dry fish, snail, plantain, sweet potatoes, yam, egusi, ogbono, crayfish, just to mention a few. We offer nationwide as well as international delivery. You can place your order from anywhere in the world by clicking the button below to send us a message now. Or you call.
I think
So I can get my fufu in Kalaloo. You can send that to me.
Maybe me is asking a question.
you said what? Maybe me.
Yeah, fufu in Kalaloo. Fufu in Kalaloo.
And maybe
If you need fufu, no problem.
send the powder.
We could send the powder to you.
So when
So-
it
Yes.
gets to you,
We can send the powder of fufu to you. Then we'll attach a video and send to you on how
I'll
to
turn it.
turn it, to stir it. So
It's like you like to
Our email. You can send it to our email, the recipe, yeah? But
Yes.
the fufu, the Kalaloo, even if we can get some seeds so I can try to plant them here in California, because I know some of my friends have Kalaloo. So maybe we can make some seeds. Or was it the cassava leaves? That's what I need, the cassava leaves.
cassava.
The
Yeah.
leaves too. Give thanks. Yes, yes.
Okay, so with that being said, I want to say this. We appreciate every one of you that have been with us all these years, and we appreciate the special appearance tonight by Isabel Njue. We are so pleased, so happy to have you on board tonight, and everyone that has been helping us to support this channel, to support the what's it called, the foundation. We are so glad that you have always been sticking around, making sure that we continue the good work, even when it has been very, very, very interestingly beautiful. I don't want to say tough. So we appreciate you. And for those that will be seeing this video, if anything must make you fight selfishness, fight idiocracy, fight idiosyncrasies of the West trying to manipulate your mind against your fellow Africans. Fight anything that will make you to stand up and attack fellow Africans. But what you should embrace is peace, progress, development. Learn to appreciate others. Learn to love the development of your community by trying to give a little support here and there to the youths that are not going to be able to pay you back now, but they might be able to pay your generations back in the nearest future. So from all of us at the Cetrus Foundation and the Cetrus family, we want to say we love you so much. I wanted to blow keys, but I know where to blow the keys to. So, do you have anything to say to them?
Thank you so very much. We love and appreciate everyone that has been part of today's live stream. So,
Till we come your way next week, Sunday, Same period.
Isabella said we need unity and not fight. So
Yes,
true.
yes.
So true.
So we need unity and not fight.
We didn't see
Chukudi.
Chukudi today.
Chukudi.
Maybe me, your friend, didn't come.
Okay. So with that being said, we want to say bye-bye. Love you.
Love you. Merci beaucoup. Praise God. Yeshua too. Yeshua HaMashiach too. Give thanks.
Let me speak Yoruba for you. Nubini, mo fẹ́ràn rẹ gan ni o.
Me too. I accept.
The meaning of that is that I love you so
She knows
much.
now.
I said, we love you too. We got it. We love you so.
What you said?
Wow, because I was surprised.
You know, in Creole we say "Mwen meu en pile."
Whoa, my goodness.
Okay, so we should understand Yoruba.
Love you, everyone. Thank you.